Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Nasus and we'll be facing off against the Elder Dragon adventure. I went ahead and got Nasus up to 6 stars, and considering Nasus already had like maximum epic relic slots, I figured this adventure is not going to be that hard. Especially considering I went ahead and also gave all of my Shurima champions plus for regen from the little gemstone things. So theoretically, this will be a good run. Nasus wasn't actually part of the poll that I did last time because I always had enough materials to level him up back or level him to up to 6 stars. So it wasn't even a consideration. All the other ones I had limited materials for, so that's why I wanted help to make a choice. Considering that we have so much starting mana and that we do get the cards in our hand reduced by 1 every time we slay a unit, I decided that instead of reducing the cost of my Nasus with a different power, I wanted to go ahead and pick Echoing Spirits just so I could have access to basically unlimited Nasuses. I thought it would be fun. Okay, unluckily the opponent started off by getting possibly the largest unit in his deck right on the first turn. Something that I didn't expect, but it's fine because I have Nasus. And because I have Nasus, I can go ahead and I struck the both of them, but I didn't realize Nasus would be this small. I was kind of expecting Nasus to have a higher attack stat. I wanted the opponent to, or the opponent's units to lose a little bit more health, which they didn't, which now makes it so I have to use 2 Nasus to go ahead and kill his units. Oh. It's not going to be clean or pretty, but I'll get there. That's 1. That's 2. I also leveled up Nasus in the process. Let's go ahead and give that thing vulnerable so I can pull it. And I can't actually kill anything else, unfortunately, so I have to do this. Oh, and he's actually going to kill my unit instead. We're on 1 off, really. That's unfortunate. Well, at least we're getting removal. Let's draw something. Definitely need the card draw. Getting through our deck is very important. Strike there. I'm going to strike there. How close are we to the sun disk? 5 out of 8. Well, at the very least the opponent doesn't really have a lot more cards in hand. He has 1 gem and 1 mystery card. So hopefully... Okay. He has another card in hand besides the gem. Let's kill that there. I'll block there. And I suppose I'll do this. Keep one of my units alive. Or keep two of my units alive. And at the same time I slay yet two additional units. Weight of Judgment gets us to... Yep, we restored the Sun Disk by doing that. Which means drawing a Nasus and giving all our units everywhere +5/+5.
Golden and gleaming, Shyvana is reborn.
Can we win next turn? 15 plus 49 is definitely more than enough. I think I want some extra stats on Nasus, so I can play Nasus and then follow up immediately with siphoning strikes using Nasus as a target. Yeah, I think that would be great. Sure, let's take the Darkin Spear. It's not the worst card. Nidalee, LeBlanc or Trundle. Trundle's free basically. Roll Ravager starts in our opening hand. It doesn't do anything though. I'll reroll. Tristana, Evelyn, set. Does killing husks count as slay? I don't remember. I don't think it does, unfortunately. So let's reroll yet again. Zillion, Renekton, Veigar. You know what? I'm going to pick up Renekton because with Renekton I can draw two Ascendeds once I do get the restored Sun Disk. If I could get an Azir and a Zerat, it would be funny, but let's not push our luck too much. 2 mana 5/5. Is that good enough? Let's see. I can play it alongside a Siphoning Strike. Maybe I ought to do that. Let's passive tip on this first. Okay. Applies Gloom instead of dealing damage to units. So I can do this into this. It goes to 6, yep. That's exactly what I wanted. Then I can go ahead and attack. If he blocks, I'll go ahead and set that thing to 2/2. So next turn once I do play Nasus, Nasus just strikes it down. Can play Nasus and then it strikes 2 things. But I won't be able to play a Siphoning Strike afterwards. But I think it's fine. Because I forgot cost reduction. It's a thing that happens once I do slay a unit. So yeah, this is fine. I take 9 on the Nasus here, but he levels up. The attack reduction isn't going to matter on the units with formidable, but it doesn't have to matter. Let's go for the Rock Hopper to give something vulnerable. I can go ahead and I'll let the opponent play out more things. Interesting. Let's Siphoning Strike there. And then I can...
This too shall end.
pull this. Okay, that doesn't work exactly like I wanted. Well, in that case, I'll go ahead and do this just to buff up my units. And then we'll do this and this. Buff up the units on top of my deck. Let's keep buffing. Or let's keep slaying units. How close are we? Okay, we're 2 off. So soon we'll be able to proc the Sun Disk. Okay, that's a very big problem. Can I summon this for 7 only? It's a bit unfortunate that the Darkened Spear doesn't get its cost reduced by more than 1, because technically it can. Oh well.
I will run you over.
Didn't realize Nasus was that close to dying. That was my bad on that part. But it's alright. I'll just get another one. I have so many copies of it in deck. There's no way I don't hit one once I do attack with both the Anakas. Let's forgo attacking with that. Actually, let's strike that there, and with the one that dies, we'll strike the other one. Yeah, everything's fine. We might be a little bit down in terms of card advantage, but we're winning this no matter what.
The Reaper will return.
Oh, there's a Nasus. That's a way to clear 2 units off of the opponent's board. And proccing the Sun Disk, right? Forgot about that part. And then I can also play Renekton and then slay yet another unit from the opponent by doing this. Do you really think you have a shot of winning, opponent? Well, he's definitely trying. Sure, I'll kill that thing. I want to keep around the one source of somewhat meager card draw I have. Look at how large my units are. There's no way the opponent's surviving this incoming attack. 147 damage. Yeah. 6 Star Nasus appears to be very good. Well, to be fair, I do have a bunch of epic relics slotted in, so it can also be because of that. Hecarim, Profiteer, Big Game Tycoon. All of these are crap, so I'm going to pick up the Big Game Tycoon, but then I'm going to go for the healer and I'm just going to cut a card. Probably the Big Game Tycoon itself. Shop, spells chest, or a slot bot. Let's go for the shop. Sure. And I'll also face off against the encounter that likes to slay his own units. Just to establish dominance over it. Exhaust, weight of judgment. I'll keep the weight of judgment and the exhaust. And the Nasus. They're all nice. 6 man, I can play Nasus right away. I can play something else. Honestly, the fact that the opponent has the prey right at the start makes me tempted to just do this. But I should have known the opponent wasn't just going to let me strike into his unit. So I guess I'll do this. Hopefully it goes through. It does. Nice. So now I can go Rock Hopper for the next turn. It's just a small setup. I can actually kill 2 things with Nasus here. Or I can wait. I'll wait. Let's see what the opponent does.
I perform, but I'm not performative.
He's granting 4 gloom to that thing. And he's buffing up his own board. Okay. Well, I'll just get rid of that thing. I don't want to deal with it. I'll also trade that in, just to deal a little bit of cheap damage in and to protect my life total. And I suppose I'll play the Renekton. It strikes something down, paves the way for Nasus. Before I play Nasus, let's just draw. See what the opponent does. He's hitting his own new Nexus. Interesting decision. Okay, can't let that stay around because it's going to just constantly drain my health total. So we're going to kill there, buff our entire all our champions, I mean, and then we'll kill there. And then we'll give that thing vulnerable, so we can pull it with the Renekton. And the Renekton levels up. The opponent's almost dead because of that turn. And we're only 1 off from going ahead and rocking the Sun Disk. So if you play something small, I just do it now. Yep. There's the Sun Disk. Do you have any answer to this, opponent? Okay, that's not a good enough answer. Other than that, anything else? That's interesting. Sure. It does give you a board, but I don't think it's enough. You can just Lightning Strike that thing down. And then we'll attack with everything. We'll do that. That there. And 149 damage. Just like that. This run is going very well. I'm kind of concerned it's going too well. Something is bound to happen that's going to mess us up. I'm certain of it. Buried Sun Disk, home turf. That's extremely redundant. I suppose I'll just go for the hot pad, I guess, because it's cheap. And I have enough money. Let's go for the shop. Exhaust with Grifter's deck, sure. Donning Age, reduce the cost of 4 plus cost cards in hand by 1. Sure. It allows me to pick up some more expensive cards. What do I cut? I'm tempted to cut the Ruthless Predator just because it's the card that has the smallest amount of items. But the Darkened Spear is not that appealing as well. I suppose I'll keep the Darkened Spear around just because it's a large unit as well as the weapon, and sometimes it can give me extra units because of it. I'll toss one, the exhaust. I have multiple exhausts now and they're basically infinite, but I'll still choose to keep this one around. Now, let's see. Let's hope that the opponent doesn't summon a dragon right away. I know I was hoping for too much. Well, I can always just do this to make that thing extremely small. And then I'll kill it. Just like that. That doesn't kill either, which is unfortunate. So I suppose I'll strike both of them.
We stand in the footprints of paths long trodden.
At least this way I set up so that I can siphoning strike a bunch of times. I can actually stack myself into the point where I can kill the Shyvana, which is kind of funny. And this is all burst speed, so the opponent can't even react with something. Poor guy. Now the game's over for him. Let's keep drawing. It's 1 mana draw, 1 shuffle 2 into the deck. It's fine.
And they said the dragons were gone.
Really now? You're rallying in this position. I don't think that's very wise, you know.
There they are. Ready yourself.
You're just making things easier for me, you know. Oh. What would happen if I went ahead and removed the ally that thing's targeting? Would it still go off? It apparently would. Good to know. I didn't know it worked like that. I thought it was necessary to be targeting something in order to for that to actually go off. My mistake then. I definitely need some extra card draw. At least that's what I feel like. We are running out of cards somewhat quickly after we start getting the ball rolling on the slay effects. But by this point, it's not going to matter. At least not in this encounter. I mean, look at how large my board is. Our opponent's not going to be able to do anything. Just like that. Maybe I'm worried for no reason. Maybe I am going to be able to take on the Elder Dragon without much trouble. Mana Deposit, Shadow Totem. Not sure. Mana Deposit allows me to go for Nasus turn 1. That seems good enough. Sweet Solitude, Duelist Officer backup. Blah. All of these are terrible. Let's reroll. Can't stop, won't stop, reset, Pyromania. We don't really do a lot of temporary buffs, do we? No, we don't. I guess we'll pick up the reset. But I'm not really happy about it. Also, no way I'm taking on the Cloud Drake. It's way too risky. Or not Cloud Drake, the other encounter, Ocean Drake. No way I'm taking that one on. It's way too risky. Sure, I'll keep these two. Oh, never mind. Accidentally misclicked. Oh well. Still keep the Nasus around. So I'll be able to go for Nasus right away. Nasus kills that thing. Let's see if he plays something else. Okay, Nasus won't be able to kill that, but it sets up some slay effects afterwards.
May Jana's will be done through me.
Interesting decision from the opponent. Let's just kill that, shall we? And then I'll hot head. Hillsong Call. Okay. In that case, I'll Bakai Reaper. I'm going to let the opponent develop a big ward.
Jana,
And then I'll start siphoning, striking it down. In fact, I'll siphoning strike it down now. The largest unit at least.
The wheel never stops turning.
At least by doing this I set it up so that I can attack with all of my units without
another step.
having to worry about it that much. Actually, I'll do this. I thought I would be fine losing one of my or both of my units, but I was wrong. I want to keep them all alive. Deal maximum damage to the opponent. The opponent is going to refill, unlike me though. I'm stuck with just these many cards. Well, I can always use a Naka to try and refill. Never mind, because the opponent has the bounce effect. My bad for not playing around it. I know it exists in the opponent's deck, but I figured he hasn't played it yet, so there's no way he's going to play it in the future. But I was wrong.
Try my patience.
Does this level up or restore the sun disc? Yes, it does actually. So there goes our lack of draw problem, or lack of value problem. I'm just going to drop down the Renekton next turn and probably win in the process. Come on. We're basically watching a movie every game with all the level up animations going on. Okay, that's not enough to kill the Renekton at least. Let's reduce the stats on that thing, shall we? Elson Flock. Do all the other cards draw other cards' opponent? Because if that's the case, then that's a bit annoying. I'm just going to do this and attack. Hope the opponent has nothing that saves him. Okay, he's drawing into more things. And finally, the opponent stops drawing. I was worried he was going to keep drawing forever.
With my face towards the sun.
Well, from this position, I want to take on Portia, the Potent. I want to go for that encounter because I feel like it's going to be... Well, even if the reward is not the greatest, I feel like it's going to be a decent challenge. Slow and steady. I don't have a lot of slow spells, but sure. Maybe it will be relevant. Obliterate 2 enemy units or landmarks. Or 3 enemy units or landmarks. Item chest or Stargazer. I said I wanted to go for the Portia the Potent encounter, but I'm completely disregarding that because I can get an extra power by going down, which is an opportunity I'm definitely not going to pass up. Because the last 2 powers we got are not really that exciting. Well, to be fair, the run is going extremely well, so it's not like we are in desperate need of good powers, but still, if I could get something that gives us a little bit of extra draw, I would appreciate it a little bit. Oh, he's capturing my Nasus. A bit unlucky. Can I kill it? Well, I can drop down Nasus for free, at the very least. Actually, I can kill it. I can do this. It releases the Nasus. And it actually does restore my mana, but it's not something that I want, or not something that I needed. Well, let's strike with the Nasus.
Life and death inexorably interwoven.
The opponent has more cards in hand than I do, but is that even something that's worth worrying about? I don't really think so. I'm going to play the Renekton just to deal damage to that thing.
Reason died in the dark.
And I'll throw that in just so I can cleanly kill it with a siphoning strike.
Life and death intertwined.
Releases a Nasus in the process. Nasus restores us to full mana basically. And then I can go for the Anaka. And now the opponent has 2 Frostguard Thralls. But it's alright because I can do this. And I can kill the second one by doing that. And this is lethal. Okay, no, that's not going to work because my units have Spell Shield. Wait, isn't that a... Okay, that's normally a slow speed spell, but for some reason it has Burst. I guess they wanted to buff up the encounter. Makes some sense. Won't blame them. Okay, so... Should I be worried about anything? Doesn't seem like it. I'm just going to go for the Weight of Judgment. To go ahead and minimize the threat on that thing. Actually, right. close spells get doubled up, so the weight of the judgment does actually do something, or we do actually benefit from it somewhat.
Life and death intertwined.
How close are we to restoring the sun disk? We're still a bit off. One off to be exact. Revive all allies that died this round and rally. Well, let's do that after attacking then. Okay, we are going to have to watch the full movie before we end the game. That was unintentional. I just prolonged this game by like 20 seconds, maybe. Actually, no, it's not. It was not that much. 2x speed animations plus the fact that both champions were already at level 2 meant it wasn't actually that bad. Dragon Egg, Summoning Beacon. Play 2 random dragon boons on me, Golden Herald, Ascended's Rise. Now let's pick up more Nasus. I would have liked to get some upgrades on the Nasus champion spell, the Siphoning Strike, but I'm just getting very unlucky ever since I slotted in the what's it called? The Echoing Spirit on Nasus. Can I hit the Eternal Hunger? Yes, I can. Allies have +1/+0 for every team 3 times you've dealt damage this game, and when an ally kills a unit, fully heal it and grant it +0/+3 in impact. Sounds good to me. Why would one want to cut a card? Maybe the Bakai Reaper. How many cards do I have in deck? 33. I suppose I'll cut the Bakai Reaper, it's like 4 or 5 that grows a little bit every time. But by this point the amount of stats that are being thrown around doesn't really justify keeping something that grows by 1 attack every time I slay a unit. At least that's what I think. Yeah, I'll keep 2 Nasus around. 3 Nasus even. I'm just going to play a Nasus and... right, playing Nasus right away is good because it clears these two things immediately. And I basically drew all of my Nasuses. But yeah, keeping Nasus around might be good. Spell shield on that thing though, not really appealing. But I can Weight of Judgment it down. I think that's the correct decision. I'll Weight of Judgment it down. So that way I can kill it right away. Not let that grow into a larger problem. And then I'll pull that. Don't exactly level up Nasus right away, but we do have a full hand of removal. I bet this is what the hand of the Nasus I faced off against on my first try in the Nautilus adventure. I bet this is what his hand looked like. Because that guy was really just playing removal spells consistently on every single unit I played. Just like this. Like I couldn't keep a board because of that. Just the same way the opponent can't keep a board now. Don't attack, sure. I'll attack right away. Can't be that bad. Ooh, frightening. Would be a shame if I couldn't just kill it at burst speed. Anything else you want to do, opponent? Nope. Oh, actually, yeah, a second Elder Dragon. Well, I have an answer to that as well. Now what are you going to do? Is he going to play a third Elder Dragon? Okay, no. He doesn't play a third Elder Dragon. But luckily for me, I actually draw another Nasus. So I can get rid of that thing. I'm going to proc the... Yeah, I'm going to proc the Sun Disc just off of the multiple Fattening Strike spells.
Shyvana is reborn.
And the opponent can't do anything. Poor guy. Oh look, there's another Elder Dragon. I think that's all of them but by this point. Look at how big my units are, or my champions are. I'm going to hold back the Renekton, I don't care, I don't have to play it. And now I can just attack like so. I do burn something, but it wasn't important. Game over for the Elder Dragon. That was a lot less troublesome than I anticipated. But yeah, that will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for the next video. Goodbye. Till then.